Randy Orton has made a thunderous and completely unexpected return to WWE, sending shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. He emerged as the surprise third member in a jaw-dropping alliance alongside CM Punk and Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank 2025. This moment left fans absolutely stunned, igniting a wave of excitement and chaos across the WWE universe. After a long absence, Orton's comeback not only reignited his own legacy, but completely altered the landscape of WWE, setting the stage for a high-stakes battle that could define this era of sports entertainment. The moment unfolded in dramatic fashion during the match entrance. As Reigns and Punk made their way to the ring, the arena suddenly plunged into darkness, leaving everyone in suspense. When the lights came back on, there stood Randy Orton, decked out in full gear, wearing his classic smirk, positioned right between the two titans. The crowd erupted in a deafening roar as Orton extended his fist for the iconic Shield-style gesture. After a moment of hesitation, Reigns and Punk completed it, signaling a fragile yet powerful new alliance. Before fans could even fully grasp what was happening, Seth Rollins' dominant faction, bolstered by Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, charged the ring, leading to an all-out brawl. The battle was fierce and symbolic. Orton delivered a devastating RKO that left Breaker reeling. Punk showcased his raw aggression with a flurry of punishing strikes that took Reed out of the equation. And Roman Reigns, the ever-calculated tribal chief, delivered a spear to Seth Rollins so forceful it sent shockwaves through the ring. The new trio stood tall in the chaos, while Heyman scrambled out of the arena in sheer panic. That single moment has reshaped the WWE power structure heading into SummerSlam and beyond. What makes this alliance particularly compelling is how unlikely it seemed. Seth Rollins' faction had held a stranglehold on WWE for months, crushing all resistance with a mix of raw strength, strategic planning, and Heyman's backstage influence. No one had been able to mount a serious threat until now. Roman Reigns, recognizing the need for an edge, orchestrated the unthinkable. He brought together two of the most rebellious and ruthless figures in modern wrestling history. CM Punk, known for his defiant spirit and technical prowess, and Randy Orton, a master of psychological warfare and the devastating RKO, now stand united with him. Rumors backstage suggest this was all part of a cunning plan hatched by Orton himself. Spotting a rare opportunity to take down Rollins and perhaps make one final run at the top, the Viper strategically inserted himself into the chaos at the perfect moment. His experience, ring IQ, and unpredictability instantly make him a game-changing force. However, nothing in WWE is ever truly stable. Every member of this new alliance is a known wild card, with personal ambitions that could spark betrayal at any moment. The alliance may be powerful, but it's also volatile. As the road to SummerSlam begins, the major questions loom. Can these three icons trust each other long enough to bring down Rollins and his empire? Will this newfound partnership implode under the weight of their egos? And is Paul Heyman already plotting a brutal counterattack from the shadows? WWE fans are left buzzing, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in what is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic storylines in years. The Viper has returned, and with him comes danger, unpredictability, and high drama. If you thought WWE was intense before, things are now on an entirely different level. This alliance has turned the tables completely, and with all three men eyeing the top, anything can happen. Stay tuned, because when these forces collide again, it will be nothing short of explosive. Don't miss a second. Subscribe and keep watching, because the war for WWE supremacy has only just begun. Randy Orton has officially made one of the most electrifying and game-changing returns in WWE history, and the impact is already being felt across the entire wrestling landscape. The WWE Universe is still in shock after the veteran superstar emerged as the surprise mystery partner of CM Punk and Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank 2025. The event, already billed as a must-watch, turned into an instant classic when Orton, also known as the Viper, revealed himself as the third man in this newly formed trio. The return was explosive, completely unexpected, and instantly reshaped the trajectory of WWE going into the summer. Fans all around the world are still buzzing, social media is ablaze, and the atmosphere in WWE has never been more intense. Heading into the pay-per-view, all eyes were on the looming war between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, who has built a dominant faction over recent months. Backed by the ever-scheming Paul Heyman and flanked by two of WWE's most physically dominant rising stars, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Rollins appeared unstoppable. For months, this faction has crushed any and all opposition in its path, running roughshod over Raw and SmackDown and building an aura of invincibility. Their brutal tactics, strategic mind games, and sheer power created an environment of fear and dominance throughout the WWE locker room. Many wondered if anyone, even Reigns, could stand against them. But Roman Reigns is no stranger to high-stakes conflict, and true to form, he plotted something nobody could have anticipated. In a shocking move that blindsided fans and insiders alike, Reigns aligned himself with CM Punk, a man known as much for his rebellious nature and straight-edge philosophy as for his in-ring brilliance. That alone was headline-worthy. But no one was ready for what came next. During their entrance at Money in the Bank, the arena lights suddenly went dark. The audience waited in tense silence, unsure of what would happen. When the lights returned, there he was, Randy Orton, standing confidently in full ring gear between Punk and Reigns, that trademark smirk on his face saying everything without a word spoken. The moment was electric. The crowd erupted into a deafening roar as Orton extended his fist toward Punk and Reigns. A heartbeat of silence followed, marked by hesitation and uncertainty. But then, in a signal that sent chills down the spine of every wrestling fan watching, Punk and Reigns each raised their fists and completed the trio's symbolic unity. This wasn't just a team. This was a warning. A new force had arrived, one forged in experience, rage, and a shared need to take down the tyrannical empire Seth Rollins had built. Before the crowd could even catch its breath, Rollins and his faction stormed the ring. What followed was complete chaos. Orton launched into Braun Breaker with a thunderous RKO that sent the younger star flying. CM Punk, as fierce and unrelenting as ever, dismantled Bronson Reed with a vicious barrage of technical strikes and gritty offense. Reigns, ever the dominant presence, speared Seth Rollins with such power that the ring shook beneath their feet. As Paul Heyman scrambled up the ramp in horror, the new alliance stood tall in the center of the ring, united in destruction and dripping with momentum. This wasn't just a cool moment, it was a paradigm shift. WWE's entire power structure changed in the span of minutes. What once seemed like an unstoppable faction led by Rollins now faces its first true threat. And not just any threat. This trio combines three of the most dangerous minds and talents the company has ever seen. Orton brings over 2 decades of experience and unmatched